What's up, people? All right, y'all. Welcome to another awesome Saturday. Welcome to another awesome Sanusi Vision Art Life podcast, episode number 210. Today's going to be special because normally I would talk about sneakers, but now that my comic book has officially been copyrighted, I got to talk about the podcast episode number 210. Bringing that energy, I'm feeling pretty awesome. Just the fact that I've actually copyrighted the comic book is off the chain, man. I can't believe I copyrighted the comic book. I just got that done a few days ago. Now you got to wait through the documentation, let them do all that other stuff, paperwork and all that cool stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. Now look, I didn't even welcome myself normally like I do in the podcast, man. All right, y'all. Welcome to another awesome episode of Sanusi Vision Art Life. My name is Adewale Woke Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today we're gonna focus on the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Specifically, something I like to see the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe as the outer world. It's different from other different universes that you've seen, which is why I believe outer world is the perfect term for this. Because a lot of animation that we watch is sort of recycled over and over again. We've seen Voltron recycled, we've seen Thundercats recycled, we've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get reformed over and over again. Probably the one cartoon that wasn't recycled. But Karjakz Vs Assassins is an entity of its own, and I kind of didn't realize everything that I had achieved with it till I actually went to copyright it. I was like, whoa, this is a monumental moment, man. So it made me feel different, man. Before getting to this podcast, we want to thank our sponsors. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by Homeland Fashions, home of authentic African fashion and accessories from the Wonderland. Now, Homeland Fashions is a new company that's going to be starting soon. They are working on their website. They are getting it all together to where it's going to be, to the point where it's going to be custom design apparel, custom design footwear, custom design jewelry, custom designed everything. It's gonna be on and popping with it. So it's as you can see, kind of like what I do with my gear, except that's what they're gonna do with their gear. So that's the cool thing about Karjakz Vs Assassins, the entire universe. I see it going to a place where the clothing line is ever. Look, let me show you the logo before I get up out of here. Before I move on to the next sponsor. So Homeland Fashions, the website is getting worked on right now. It will be available available in the near future. I plan on actually having the owner of the company join us, Tracy Agboke. So she's gonna be joining us. Give me a second. Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision. Hey, how you doing? So, joining the chat, Karjakz Vs Assassins Universe. The first official comic book is coming out. But right now we're thanking the sponsor. So that's Homeland Fashions right there, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get with that. And also, too, this podcast also brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything between, search Tigler. Don't wait. That's Tigler.com. Hey, Slim Barbie, what's up, girl? How you doing? Hope everything going good with you. You just joined in the podcast episode, so you're super early. Super early. It's going to be on tonight, girl. Guess what? The comic book has officially been copyrighted. It is going to be ready for sale later on this year. So, but let me introduce the podcast real quick, and then we'll jump into that, because that's what this podcast is really about. Everything that's going on with the comic book and how this whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is about to elevate to another level. Y'all feel me? So please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're down for cool stuff, you want to stay. You know what I'm saying? So now look, check this out, y'all. Now this podcast is also brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything between, search Tigler. Don't wait. That's Tigler.com, yo. That's Tigler.com. So Tigler.com is a platform that allows you to find professionals for all kinds: nurses, doctors, plumbers, pediatricians, carpenters, landscapers. If you need the best of the best, you got to go on Tigler.com to check them out. That way, it can show you who the best of the best is. They can help you pick out who the best landscapers, the best nurse, the best caregiver, whatever you might be looking for. That's what you want to go on. Tigler.com, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tigler.com. And it's ran and owned by, operated by the greatest CEO out there in the universe, Adewale Woke. We will be having him on in the near future once he gets free, because he's a busy man. But hey, he doesn't mind to have time. He's been on the show before, but now with the growth of the channel, he definitely needs to come back on again and break down to us what's going on with Tigler. All right, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel for the Knuckle. Anadel for the Knuckle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the Knuckle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. Anadel, of course, custom orthotics designed for my feet, designed for anybody's feet, really. But these are my custom orthotics going to every pair of battles that I wear. it's really important, man, that I got custom orthotics because I used to have plantar fasciitis and it hurt like hell. I said, man, I need to go see a doctor. So I did, which is also the reason why I led to the creation of my own sneaker line, Bata's Footwear, which is this one right here that you're looking at. This amazing piece of footwear right here. You see what I'm saying? I got the Assassins on this one. I got the Karjakz on this one right here. You see this? So we're gonna talk about this shoe later. All right, you know what I mean? But though, that's Anadel foot and ankle. And speaking of Anadel foot and ankle, now Anadel foot and ankle has made my sneaker, the Sport 2 specifically, the official sneaker of Anadel. So it's a great feeling, man. And this Anadel Center is ran by the best foot specialist in the galaxy, Dr. Nero Nusode, who's the foremost specialist. Actually, he's the #1 in Dallas, Texas, in the Frisco, Texas area, and in the Dallas, Texas area. So you want to visit him, make an appointment, see Dr. Nusode. And if you're in the Houston, Texas area, you definitely want to go see him because that ain't nothing but a 4-hour drive to go get your feet right. You feel me? So yo, Anadel, foot and ankle, man, right there. That's their logo. You know what I'm saying? So those are my 3 sponsors right there. Yes, the kid ass sponsors. I have sponsors. And look, the custom orthotics look like this, all right? So yo, go get you a pair, get you one, and get you right, man. You want me to get you where you need to be. Now, let's get into this amazing episode, man. Like I told y'all today is about Karjakz Vs Assassins, Outer World. You know, being that I copyrighted the comic book, it's really important that I finally stop putting a lot of focus on the on the universe itself. So the things that I'm going to talk about is today, how I got it started. Everything's going to be in short segments too. I'm not going to be going long-winded with it, man. Creation, characters, comics, animation, current and future events right now. Getting your mind right, of course, being mentally healthy. Then, of course, final thoughts is final thoughts is the last segment I always do of every episode. So, Karjakz Vs Assassins, how it started, right? Look, this whole universe right here, this whole thing, these characters, these amazing characters right here. The whole idea started because as a kid growing up, I used to watch everything. Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gundam Wing, X-Men, the animated series, Gargoyles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ronin Warriors, Voltron, Brave Star. I'm trying to think cartoons. I used to watch all of it, man. And then I realized that after drawing so many drawings, Avengers, I was like, how many times can I draw the same thing over and over again? When am I actually going to challenge myself and actually do something that's of my own creation? And that's really where the difference between a creator and an artist is. An artist just redraws what somebody else does, but a creator creates a universe. So I said to myself, okay, tell you what, let me do this. How about I start creating characters based on myself, my 2 brothers, my sister. So I got 4 characters. So the 4 characters that I got, look, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Look, so it's all started like this with this book, because this book is important. So Cajun is my character, Escalade is my sister's character, Glox is my brother's character, and the Rasputin is my other brother's character. So I said to myself, okay, if I can create 4 characters, I need more characters. So I based one on my best friend, Shepard right there. I based one on my dream girl, Sincere right there. Then I based one on my big brother, a guy considered to be like an older brother to me, Diesel. So now I got 7 characters, right? So I got the heroes. And I said to myself, well, I do need some villains. It'd be nice if I add some villains. So I said, you know what? Let's start creating some villains. So with the villains, I kind of created counters of my characters, right? You got Sanusi right here, who's the counter of Cajun. He's my bad side. You got Artillery, counter of Escalade. You got Kanji, counter of Sincere. You got Revo, is the counter of Rasputin. You got Excursion, counter of Glox. Snipes is the counter of Shepard. And Yukon's the counter of Diesel. And then Seth, of course, the counter of Sphinx. So you got characters, right? And part of growth, so this is Sphinx right here. I didn't want to forget him. So this is version 1. And I remember I started this journey around 2009, right? A lot of people think, oh, all of a sudden Karjakz Vs Assassins just showed up. No, I've been building this thing for the last, man, since 2009, so 2012. I finished 2022, 10. So last 13 years, I've been building it for the last 13 years. That's a lot of time and commitment to something, to making it grow into what it should be, what it needs to be, how it needs to be. And I remember creating them, and then in 2012, I finished it. So in October 19, 2012, I finished it. I remember printing my first poster. I remember telling myself, this is the beginning of me starting this new journey. I mean, I only had like $65 on my in my bank account, man. I remember the thing costing like $65.37. I said, oh crap, I'm screwed. Lucky for me, the person working at the counter was like, kid, I got you, man. And I said, this is the beginning of something great. Look, in fact, hold on, I'm gonna get you the poster that actually is the first ever poster printed in this entire universe. You know what I mean? Actually, it's the first poster I ever printed, period. So look. You see this right here? Yes, and I wrote some notes to myself. You see there's a check right there. I'm gonna cash that shit one day. You see this poster right here? You see the date? That right there is really important. You see that date? So you see what I'm saying? So I wrote a note to myself. Aspire and achieve. This is only the beginning of my dreams. And now here I am, 13 years later. Look at where I've gotten to. So there's a commitment that you have to what you're doing. There we go. There's a commitment you have to what you're doing, so that what you're doing can actually take you forward. I mean, for the longest time, man, I would always do things because, oh yeah, let me get the most views, let me get this. I don't care about that no more, man. Now it's just about like getting forward. So that's how I got started. You know what I mean? It's really that short and simple. That's literally, y'all, how I got started. You know what I'm saying? So then, on to the next part, the creation of the characters. Now that part was hard. I wouldn't say I would call it hard. I wouldn't call it challenging, because what I had to do was really come up with a way to figure out how to draw what I needed. I have no characters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, and this is where I'm going to start using my poster book, because it's going to help me a lot to explain to y'all what I was doing. So even though these are the version ones these are the version ones of my, actually, I wonder if, let me look, y'all. If I can find my version ones of my drawings, I know I don't ever keep them around because they're like sentimental. Let me see. Give me a second. Y'all, I'm gonna see if I can find them. If I can, cool. If I can't, then I can't. Oh, I guess I can. Oh man. Oh, cool. All right, y'all, look. I'm gonna point my phone to my screen, because this is gonna make this super cool. So this is a combination of creation and characters, right? So creation and characters. In order for me to have characters, I have to create a universe. So I tell myself the first thing in terms of the creation, right? Okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta create characters that are not ever seen before, characters that a lot of people can relate to, characters that you would wanna be. So look, let me point y'all to the screen. Y'all ready? I'm gonna flip it over. That's right there. That's the original right there. Y'all see that? That's what we're looking at. So then I kind of told myself, okay, once I got the characters, once I decided it's gonna be called Karjakz Vs Assassins, and at the time I knew it was gonna be, it took me a while to add the name Assassins. So I remember telling myself, okay, I want a cartoon that's like all the cartoons I ever watched when I was a kid, but not exactly like that. I don't know if y'all get my meaning, because for me to have gotten to this point where I've copyrighted my stuff, you have to understand what's the word I'm looking for? What you're creating. And when you're creating something, it's really important to understand like what is the purpose of what it's gonna be. So now the creation became a purpose. My whole goal was to have characters that look like me, that were Afrocentric, actually that were African, period, really. Because as the creation, as I started to grow as an artist, I started to realize the hole that was in the whole animation universe. And man, was a giant hole. As much as I love Wolverine or Captain America or Iron Man or whoever, even Blade or Black Panther, none of those characters were created by the person that looked like me. I was like, I gotta create some characters that were created by me, because I think that's important. So I started focusing on creation of characters that way, and I created an entire universe. And then what happened to me was, in creating the universe, I created some characters that a lot of people can relate to. The whole point of the universe was to have action, drama, like kind of like me watching Gundam Wing, Voltron, Turtles, Mega Man, Thundercats. Shoot, I'm trying to think of all the cartoons that I watched as a kid. Stuff like that. Those are the kind of cartoons that I want. It's like when you create something like this, you really should be asking yourself what's gonna be the purpose of it. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't want to hear this story, but This is the story of how Karjakz Vs Assassins got born. Like when I post my videos on YouTube, this is the reason why I get 3,100 views, 4,100 views, 5,000 views. Because I'm telling you a story of how I did what I did. I'm not just gonna skip the storyline. I can't skip the storyline. Like I remember, like when I first created Cajun, I didn't know what I was doing. He was the one conceptual in my head, but the first person I ever drew was Sincere. So now, which brings us to the characters. So the whole point of creating Karjakz Vs Assassins was to have a cartoon based on Afrocentric universe that was futuristic, that was modern, that had a lot of old school tales to it. That was really important to me. So that's when I got Karjakz Vs Assassins now. Which is funny because in me copywriting it today, a few days ago, I started to realize like, man, I just did something super special. Super cool. Sorry, y'all. I got to sip my water. I just did something super cool, and I'm very proud of myself. So, yo, that's the creation process. Now, let's talk about the characters. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Y'all, I'm about to bust out a whole lot of info stuff. Give me a second. I'm going to start off with the characters. Look, I'm about to take my phone, because if I'm really going to do this, I need to show you the old school way I did it. One of these days, I'm going to get the... So look, let's let y'all see this. Look, in no particular order, because I'm not going to do this in order. I'm just going to show you the drawings, the originals, in any way I can as they come up. So look, check this out, y'all. So let's start off with Karjakz Vs Assassins right there. That's the entire universe right there. That's the old school universe. And then this is the Karjakz, the heroes right here, right? You see what I'm saying? And then this is Kanji, she's a villain. And then this is her poster. Oh, wait a minute. Man, I'm over here showing Green Lantern. Like, I'm not trying to see that. So look. So this is artillery right here. Y'all see that? The assassins right there, led by Lord Sun Tzu. You see what I'm saying? Nope. Oh my God. Diesel from the Karjakz Assassin universe. You see what I'm saying? Diesel again. You got Air Force Colonel Escalade right here. So these are the original drawings I'm showing y'all. Excursion. You got Glocks. Look at that. Original Glocks. That's so sick. Kanji. Yeah, y'all didn't know what was up right there. The coyote. Excuse me. The coyotes. You got Cajun and Sphinx. You got Rasputin. Look at this. You got Revo. Oh yeah, that's the original Revo right there. I told you I was going to OG on him. You got the original Shepherd. Look at that. Man, quantum arrows and quantum bows, boy. You got the original Sincere. Look at that. Y'all just keep coming in and out. Like, I'm not going to talk about dumb stuff. You got Snipes right there. Look at that. Oh, man, that's so cool. It makes me reminisce, man. You got the old Sun Tzu. That is so cool. Then you got the old Yukon. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's all the characters right there. And even in looking at the characters, when you look at the poster book that I'm going to show you, it's really important to understand, like, how it is that the characters came to be. You see what I'm saying? So you got the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe right there. You got the Karjakz, the heroes. This is version 5 of them. They got Cajun right here. You see what I'm saying? This is super sick. You got Escalade right here. You got Sincere. See what I'm saying? I'm not even going to break down the characters because at this juncture, a lot of y'all know the characters. You got Glocks. You got Rasputin. You got Diesel. You got Shepherd, right? And of course, you got the villains. The assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu. All right? You know what I'm saying? Look at the assassins. They got Sun Tzu right there himself. You got artillery. You see that? You got Excursion. You got Kanji, right? You got Revo. I don't even have to move the book. You got Snipes. You got Yukon. Then, of course, you got them Coyotes right there. So that's the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. That's where the whole thing came from. That's where the characters came from, man. I really wasn't trying to make nothing too complicated about it. The characters were what I wanted them to be. That's why I made an emphasis to show y'all the originals. The original is what I have to show y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying? So when you're building something, like this whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe is original. Like, I know most people don't like original anymore. They just like something else to be remade and remade and remade. I'm sorry. I'm for original. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's Karjakz Vs Assassins right there. That's the characters right there. Next up is the comics. I told y'all, I'm not going to be long-winded with this. I'm gonna be blowing through it because this is a very exciting time for me. The first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book is coming out later on this year. It is going down. Now, look. The first books that I created was this right here. The whole point of the bio book, the bio book was to have a comic book that actually resonated with a lot of people. I wanted it to be something that everybody could relate to. I wanted it to be something that everybody liked. Slim Bobby, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. So look, I wanted it to be something everybody could relate to, something everybody could like. Definitely something that I would want in creating the book. The book itself really opened up a lot of my eyes. Like, each time I created a new bio book, it made me realize that what was eventually going to come was eventually a comic book. Comics didn't used to be that popular, and all of a sudden they got popular again. Well, semi-popular again. It depends on what book you made and what your graphic novel is about. I think that's really what it's about. It's not necessarily that comic books are popular again, because now we're very much animation centric, which is fine with me because I love animation, I love cartoons. But the bio book, this first one anyway, was created like as a character profile to my characters. Height, weight, where they were from, origin stories. So that's all stuff that mattered. Like, I'm gonna let y'all see some of it. Like, got Cajun right there. You got Escalade right there. You got Glocks right there. You got Rasputin right there. So that's some of the comics that I was doing. The comics basically is designed to be a point of origin, where I'm basically explaining how the whole universe exists, like where they're from. You know, even some of the assassins. Like, let me show you. Look at this. The assassins right there. You got Sun Tzu. You got Artillery, Excursion, Kanji, Revo. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's it. And then, so this is version 1 of the bio book. So when I created this version 1, it led to the version 2 of the bio book. Now, as I created the bio book, as you can tell, the evolution of the characters, right? The way they're looking, they look different. That's really what a book can really help you do. That's what happened to me even with my graphic. These are called graphic novels, but there's also too, I like to call them a bio comic book, because that's what they are. They tell you about the character profiles, height, weight, where they're from, all the good stuff about each character, right? So, yo, these is version 2 of the book. And I got a version 4 of the book coming soon. Once the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book comes out, version 4 is coming. Thank you, Slim. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. It's a lot of work, man. I'm very passionate about this universe. I don't care if it's 5 people in the stream or whatever. I'm passionate about this. Every time I talk about Karjakz Vs Assassins, I go maximum effort. There's nothing more liberating than creating your own universe, and then it's loved by people. So whenever I post a sneaker, a poster, all that stuff is starting to catch fire, man. It is catching fire. The channel, y'all, as I even told y'all, I am now at 1,030 subscribers. 1,030? I was just barely at 9 something like a month ago. So to have been where I am is incredible. Like, look, this is version 2 of the bio comic book, right? Look at the difference in the verse 2. You see my evolution? You see the drawing style too? Now the drawing style started to change. This one right here is when I knew, okay, I'm going in a certain direction that's going to be super sick, right? So of course you can see the Karjakz right there. You can see they totally look different I'm not going to show you each character, but look at this. Look at differentiation. You see that? I start to understand color spectrums. I did not understand color spectrums at all when I first started drawing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just drawing. Then of course, if you look at the assassins, right? Look, check this out, y'all. Look at these villainous villains, man. Look at this. The assassins. Look at that. That is super sick. You know what I mean? Super sick. You know what I mean? Super sick. You know what I mean? So you start to see the villains changing, right? Then, when I'm done with that, because even though the books go in version 1, version 2, version 3, but what was really happening was between version 1 of my character and version 2 of my characters, the characters started to change completely. Then when I got to, so this book would represent version 2, 3, and 4. Literally, y'all. Literally. 3 versions in one bio book. Then this is version 5 right here. Version 5 is the most interesting because version 5 started changing everything. As you can see, there's a major difference in character construction, in character looking, in the way the characters looked. You see what I'm saying? This is the comics right here, right? And then in the book, look at the difference in the characters, man. There is a significant difference. Anybody can look at this and be like, oh man, this is next level mess right here, boy. What you got going? Look at this. I'm gonna show you the heroes, the Karjakz, then I'm gonna show you the villains. They're going right there. You see this? Look at that. This is how you're supposed to grow as an artist. This is what I believe is supposed to be happening to you as a creator. Not so much as an artist now, but as a creator. You see what I'm saying? Now look at the villains. Now watch these villains. Buzz out the villains, and then we're done with the comic books. It's on to animation. I told you I'm not gonna stay too long here. I'm skimming through, but I'm just so excited about talking about this universe, man. It's man, I'm excited, man. Oh my god, super excited. Look at this. This is from the beginning to where I am now. Look at the villains. You see that? The growth of my drawing skill is just on a different level. It's all about what you want your drawing to do, where you want your drawing to be. You see what I'm saying? Yo, so this is another level, y'all. So now, on to the next part of this thing. Animation. Like, animation is the whole reason why I started this whole thing. I'm gonna show you 2 animations, and there's a third one I can't show you because the new one is coming through. I'm working on it. But animation, man, I just always dreamed of having my own cartoon series. Let me be frank about that. And I realized that in order to get there, I was gonna have to like start depending on my own skill, not necessarily depending on others, because sometimes to get others involved with what you're doing, they might not believe in it. Sorry, I'm just getting some water. They might not believe in it, and it's true. When I first started, there wasn't a bunch of people that believed in what I was doing. I can honestly, sincerely say I was the only one. Family members, but it then took some convincing. And that's the thing. You have to understand what it is that you're building, right? Oh, speaking of that, y'all give me a second. I'm going to do a poll. I literally forgot. Comics or animation? No. Would you... You know what? Would... I'm gonna ask y'all. Y'all give me a second. I'm creating this awesome poll for y'all. Boy, it sure takes some time to type, boy, let me tell you. So look, all of y'all who joined the chat, please vote. Vote, and vote. You know what I mean? So now, the animation. The whole point of me doing this is to create my own cartoon series. Every day, y'all, I literally wake up dreaming about what my cartoon series is gonna look like one day. Like how I'm gonna be so proud of the fact that I've created characters and turned them into an animation series. You know what I'm saying? There's something liberating and joyful about knowing that you have the ability and the capacity and the sheer will to make something become reality. All this stuff I'm doing is shared reality. Is reinforced reality. The apparel that I'm wearing with the Karjakz Vs Assassins gear, creating my own bio book, creating my own sneaker line. You know what I'm saying? Every time I did something, my whole thing of building was to build my characters up so that I could have them be part of a universe that as great as any other universe animated series that I watched as a kid. Whether that's X-Men, Gargoyles, SWAT Cats, Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gundam Wing, Voltron, Ronin Warriors, you name it, that's what I was going for. Look, let me bust out there. Let me see the dream board. Give me a second, y'all. Now look, what I'm gonna play for y'all now is some animations. So I'm gonna play you two animations. The third one I can't show you because it's still under construction, but rest assured, it's Spitfire. So I spent the time since I created my character originally in 2012 up until now, creating animations, figuring out how to grow my brand, grow the Karjakz Vs Assassins brand. It's somebody said something to me. He said, "What do you want your brand to be, or what is your brand?" I was like, I don't know. And then he said, it's more like you want a words or a few words to describe what it is, how you want people to see what you're doing. So it's a good feeling. My own is quality, content, and then probably for constant evolution, because that's important. Now look, the animation that I'm about to pay you is the first one I created when I was in school. I had no access, to I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The first time I ever did animation, so my teacher said we had the whole semester to create an animation 1 minute long. I said, oh my God. Y'all, the minute he said 1 minute long, I said, finally, this is an opportunity for me to draw my characters and actually make them look like I do an animation with them. So I learned to animate while in school, man, and then I just took it from there. Now look, what I'm about to show y'all is the cartoon animation intro. Y'all ready? It's about to go down. I'm gonna shut up while I'm playing it for y'all too. So that's one intro. Then I'm gonna play the next one. There's no need to beat around the bush. Just get straight to it. Right here. Yeah. So y'all see it. So that's the two animation intros. Bottom line is I got a new one that I'm working on. And the thing I love most about me being an independent artist, I don't wait on really nobody. I tried in the past to form a team so I could have animators with me, but they were full of hot air and two garbages, man. I got sick of it. I said I'm going at this on my own. And it's probably the best decision I've made because it didn't slow me down. It didn't let anybody slow me down. I could just move at my own pace, move at my own goal, and nobody's just slowing me down and slowing me down, slowing me down. Y'all give me a second. So, you know, that's what's going on with that cartoons, man. You know what I mean? That's animation right there. Nobody slowed me down, back to what I was saying. And that's important to me because you have to be steady forward, man. I'm always steady forward. I'm always thinking about the bigger picture. Yes, I stand up for myself. Yes, I'm independent. But I constantly always think about going forward and making a progressive, like in terms of my dreams. I don't give up. Now, I talked about animation, right? the future and current events. Like right now, the most important thing probably in that's just happened in recent days is the copywriting of my comic book. That is beyond belief. Like, oh man, it's in a whole different stratosphere. The comic book, creating my own. So all this stuff that I've done, the comic book I just created, I just copyrighted it. Now you send it to the officials, you know what I'm saying? So you can get all your definite documents lined up, your seals and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to feel super good when I get the documentation. I wanted to do it early so that, because I know I want to release the book this year. I've waited long enough. And there's a lot of people I've told about that I cannot wait to drop their dollars on the book. You know what I mean? So, you know, creating, having a way to put out the content is important. Having independence. I don't have to wait on nobody. Like most people go look for a publisher. I ain't got to do all that. I can do this on my own, man. And you look for a publisher when you need somebody to fund your books and make mass production of it. You only need a publisher for that. I don't trust publishers. I don't trust any publisher because I'm not about to sign over the rights of my stuff, man. That's why a lot of music artists are where they are. They sign over the royalties, publishing, the masters, RPM as I like to call it. Yo, you got to watch all that, man. You know what I mean? So that's why copywriting is important. And then the second thing is, in terms of like the comic book is done, so we're going forward. So now, the animation series is going to be next. I plan on releasing an animation later on this year, intro, and what else I can do. I mean, I will eventually one day join forces with animators. But when I say join forces with animators, they're gonna more be part of my company. You know what I'm saying? To bring them in, to let them know what I expect of them and what they need to do for me to get me where I need to go to do what we need to do. The future events is the main future events is the first. The current events is like I'm copywriting my comic book. I'm done, finally finished. Took long enough. I've been waiting a long time to do it. It's man, what's the word I'm looking for? It's quite liberating to have achieved this much right here, independently on my own. That's probably what matters to me the most, the fact that I've done it on my own. And then second of all, future events. Okay, so I could tell you one thing: the comic book is coming out. The comic expos are still coming out. We got one later on in the year. Los Angeles Comic Con. I know for sure I'm going to that. You know what I'm saying? So which ties into, because whenever I go to these comic expos, my intent is to go there to promote my characters. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be there to only be selling the usuals, the pop art. I don't care about no pop art. I care about Karjakz Vs Assassins. And sure enough, again this week, well, the last art show that I went to, my characters came in significant contributors to the success of the show. And make no mistake, y'all, it was successful. So current event is that I am I'm figuring out how to. I'm going to be connecting with animes once the comic book is done. Once the book drops. Future events is the animation. The book itself dropping later on this year. Understanding what I'm trying to do. Understanding what I'm into. What I'm going to get into. I guess you have to understand that when you're dealing with a lot of stuff. But I'm super excited, man. Like the animation, the comics are the most important thing that are in the future right now. The past is what I'm using to draw the comic book. You know what I'm saying? I feel really proud of myself for what I've done. It's a lot of work, y'all. Man, it's a lot of work. Oh my God. Yeah, people want to talk about work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So it's a lot of work, y'all. Now, next up is Get Your Mind Right. I told you I was going to be here that long. Get Your Mind Right segment is really important. Being healthy mentally, being healthy physically, being healthy mentally is really important because you want to have a situation where you're where you need to be. Like me, I'm still in therapy. My last session is going to be next month. I'm actually very proud of myself. Glad that I decided to do therapy. It was the best 2 years of my life. For anybody out there who needs help, trust me, getting therapy is awesome. It changes your life, it changes your perspective, it changes your success actually. So all the things that are usually harboring you down are not going to be harboring you anymore. That's why I went into it. Dealing with past what you would call it, past what's this word, oh my God, unresolved issues. That's really important because for you to do it, you have to decide that, you know what, I want the future is more important to me than being stuck in the past. I think that's what usually pushes a lot of people that go into therapy into it. Maybe there's a different word that people might want to use, But I feel like avoiding your using your past to go into the future is what your reason why you're doing it. You gotta believe in yourself. Like for example, I use this journal. This journal is what helps me keep up with everything that I've done. So far, right now, 685 days. 685 days. And speaking of get your mind right, y'all, hold on. Let me get you the book that I read. Because a lot of y'all might actually like this. This is the book I've been reading for the last 2 years. I take my time reading because I read slow. So, you know what I'm saying? But I read in the mornings before I go into work. Y'all see what I'm saying? So Feeling Good is the name of the book. You know what I'm saying? It's created by Dr. David D. Burns, MD. It's a book that strategizes you on how to be mentally healthy. But also, too, it's good to sit in front of somebody who's an expert. Let them give you a perspective you've never seen before. A lot of people's problem is that we don't have no avenue to get where we gotta go. And so, especially nowadays, not like when our parents were growing up, you don't have any avenue to speak on things that are issues to you. It's important that you do that. Emotional intelligence is very important. When you start to be emotionally intelligent, it can help you to appreciate yourself and know your value. It helps you to understand where you want to go, how you want to be. Like me, for example, I have respect for my emotional. I'm emotionally intelligent. I understand where I need to be. I understand where I need to go. All that stuff matters, man. Because a lot of people tell you, well, you don't need to go see somebody for that. Yes, you do. You better go see somebody and get you where you need to be. Like me, I'm very introverted. And so, like, you know, I generally keep to myself. But when somebody does something to me, I go extroverted. Like, I'm about to let you know I'm about to whoop you or you know what. And my solution before was like, I'm going to beat everybody's behind. My solution now is kind of like, okay, I'm just going to ignore you and forget you. It's just, but that's also to me. What's the word I look for? Me having a better understanding of myself. But I'm telling you, man, getting your mind right, like, you know what I'm saying? The things that I like write in this journal, right? This is all private stuff. But things I like to write. Every line starts off with like this. Intentions of the day. Live in serenity, achieve greatness. That's always the first thing that I write down. I can't stress the importance of writing down what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. Once you know what you want to do, you can do all the things you're trying to do, right? Look at this book, this journal right here. This book is available. Hey, how you doing, Josie? Yeah, everything's good with me, man. I'm over here talking about Karjakz Vs Assassins. The first official comic book is officially copyrighted. Waiting on some documentation, so we're getting this thing cracking, man. So Josie's good to see you. I'm just proud of myself, man. That's why I had to do this episode today. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Outer World. Explain what's going on with the whole universe. And when you just happen to join this podcast episode number 210. Part of the segment is I'm reaching Getting Your Mind Right segment where I talk about being mentally healthy. And I think that's important. I can have all the success I want, but if I'm not mentally where I want to be, where I need to be, then we ain't getting there. And I'm not here by accident. I'm here because of the mental choices that I choose to make. Y'all get what I'm saying? And yeah, appreciate that, Josie. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. The book date will I'll eventually let y'all know when the book date, release date is gonna be once I've gotten all my copyright documentation. I don't want to say nothing till I actually get all that stuff in order. So right now I'm waiting on documentation from the federal government, the federales as we call them. Like they ain't busy enough. Now I added a comic book to it. You know what I mean? But yo, so getting your mind right, man, is a very important thing. It helps you get forward. It helps you to move on from whatever it is that you're dealing with. And you're always gonna have, I think the one thing I've learned is that I don't have to make everything a final like fight. There's always gonna be some jerk that's gonna come at you sideways, and how you're gonna deal with it is the best thing. Yeah, you do. You have to make sure your mind is right. You know what? Speaking of the mind getting right, let me make sure I get y'all a link to my website so y'all can visit my website so you can see all the cool stuff that I've been doing. I'm really proud of myself in that essence, man. Like I've really done a lot. Like I remember when I first started, my average chat viewing time when people would watch me on my YouTube stream was so low. I was like, damn. Now it's like 8 times. It's like 12 times that amount. So I'm very proud of myself. So being that you're doing a journal every day let you know everything that you are doing, what you're dealing with. Like me, like I told you, I write something like intentions of the day, live in serenity, achieve greatness. And then I write all the things I'm grateful for. I write today's mantra. I write today I found joy in what I found joy in. I write tomorrow's goals. You know what I'm saying? Then I write stuff like things I did for myself today and others. How was the day? So, oh, that's cool, man. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, that's when you know you're doing something, when somebody saves your website on their home screen as a favorite. It don't get no cooler than that. Thank you, Josie. I'm quite honored, man. You don't feel me? Trust me, I've come a long way. Wasn't nobody put my website on their favorites. Hell no, not before. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was not on popping on my website, man. So I laugh when I think about my humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my get your mind right. Look at my journal, right? I write my name, journal number 8. This is actually journal number 8. So I actually got journal number 9 right now getting made. You know what I mean? And like I always say, my dreams are my destination. That's what I always tell myself. And then on the back, I write stuff like aspire and achieve, serenity, peace, and clarity always. Joy is a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And then I love my life. You have to love your life, y'all. Otherwise, you can't live the best version of it. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I spent a little bit more time on get your mind right than I was supposed to. But I feel like I need to, because I think every time I talk about it and I share my experience, and I think sharing your experience is the only real way to give others courage. I don't know if that makes any sense, because a lot of us are out there suffering in silence, and that's not cool. You should not suffer in silence. Yeah, they are. They're the ones that teach you the most. They sure are. Y'all give me a second. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Y'all give me a second. I gotta go blow my nose. Juice in that thing at all. So y'all, hey, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time, y'all. So yeah, like I say, man, a lot of things is feeling awesome, man. So getting your mind right will get you in a lot of great places. I'm totally in a different space. A lot of people have said a lot of good things. I've been changing. They feel like my energy has changed. It has changed. I mean, you still get through phases where people kind of set you off or piss you off. Before it's like, hey, let me knock somebody out. Now it's more like I'm just gonna ignore you. And I probably evolved from ignoring you to like maybe actually telling the person, yo, bro, or a person, you lady, you offended me. And sometimes people don't know they offended you, and sometimes they know. But part of the get your mind right segment is to know yourself, so that you don't let your past run your future. I don't know if that makes any sense, y'all. That's probably the greatest thing I've learned from therapy, is that not letting your past run your future. And you are the owner of your future. I mean, I used to dream of being where I am today. A simple thing like just having 1,000 subscribers. I never thought I got to 1,000 subscribers in 5-6 years ago. Hell no. Just the fact that I've done it in a few months is amazing. You all see what I'm saying? So yo, that's getting your mind right section. So remember, get you a journal on my website. This is available on my website, multiple characters. But this book is also available. It's called Feeling Good. So if you happen to get a therapist and you actually want to read a book to change your life, Feeling Good is very good. It's a great book. You can get it on Amazon.com. It's available in paperback, I believe. I'm not sure if it's available in hardcover, but this is my book right here. It's got about, let me see how many pages, y'all. A total of, man, a gajillion pages, y'all. Y'all give me a second. Oh my God. So the last page, man. Okay, yeah, so the last page would probably say The last grill page is 681. 681, y'all. 681 is the last grill page. You know what I mean? So that's 681 right there, man. That's what's up right there. Y'all mean? So that's what's up. Now, on to our last segment of the day. Oh, yes. Final thoughts, baby. Final thoughts. Look, the final thoughts is real simple, man. Shoot. Man, this is about Karjakz Vs Assassins. This is about a whole different universe from what you used to seeing. It's not like X-Men. It's not like Thundercats. It's not like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gundam Wing, Gargoyles, Voltron, anything you can name, Ronin Warriors. It's its own universe I created out of my mind. I was inspired by other amazing cartoons, Mask, Jason the Wood Warriors, SWAT Cats. I used to cartoons, man, Mighty Ducks, all kinds of stuff, man. So Techno Man, a lot of Japanese cartoons, man. That's really where the heavy influence was. And then of course you had American cartoons like the X-Men. That was important too. You know what I mean? But yo, like building a dream of something of this magnitude, you have to start from somewhere and you have to give yourself an opportunity to grow it. So I think that's probably the biggest gift I've given to myself, is the fact that I've allowed myself to grow, which I'm very super grateful for. And I don't think that would have ever happened if I didn't just take a chance on myself. That's probably the biggest thing I've done, is taking a chance on my dream and made it become into reality. You know what I mean? So yo, Karjakz Vs Assassins, that's what Karjakz Vs Assassins is like. Taking this concept, these characters, these singular characters right here, because this one is important, and saying to myself, I'm going to figure out a way to get them to the finish line, to the top of the heap. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's what's been on for me, man. You know what I mean? So Karjakz Vs Assassins. Now, before I get up out of here, I always talk about all the cool products we got. Well, first of all, since I'm talking about products, this is a product. Now, you want to get you one of these Bible books right here. This is what's available on website right now, sanusivision.com. Karjakz Vs Assassins Bible book available now on sanusivision.com. You want to go get you one, right? Get you one, get your copy, have a copy, so when the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comes out later on this year, you know what's up. Now, if you're a fan of me, like me, maybe you want version 2 of it or version 1. You can get either, or maybe you want all 3. Okay, go right ahead. Order it. Send me a note saying I wanted 2. I ordered 3, but I wanted 2 more versions, the first version and the second version. No problem. I'll send it out to you. So that's Bible books right there. And it's a great read. Not to mention, it's a great read because it's going to tell you everything that's going on in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, so you can know what's up. Then, guess what else we got here? Phone cases. Phone cases, phone cases, phone cases. Is this a Karjakz Vs Assassins classic right here? This is a modern version 5. So if you love phone cases, you got to go visit my website. Look at these phone cases right here, man. Super sick, man. Multiple characters on the inside. As you can see, I fit the whole universe. This is a classic one right here, with all the old school, with the characters in their old uniforms. Version 5. And rest assured, when I get version 6, I will be, oh my God, I will be doing something with that. That's going to be nuts, y'all. That's going to be off the chain. Then next up, you got posters. I might as well show it to y'all. Look, since it's Karjakz Vs Assassins, you want to put some art up on your wall, I might encourage you to go buy a little something, something. I'm going to keep it simple. Make sure you go buy you a little something, something. Be part of the art movement. You know what I mean? Then I'm going to show you some apparel. Look, you see all the gear I got on? Look at this all fly gear right here. Karjakz Vs Assassins, hoodie, bomber jacket. I got it all, man. Y'all got to visit the website. So look, let's look at some posters, all right? Let's get a look at these amazing posters so that way we can get this thing cracking. Look, you got the Karjakz right here. Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, the entire universe. You got the Karjakz team right there, the entire universe. You got Cajun, Escalade, Sincere, Glocks, Rasputin, Diesel, Shepherd, Sphinx right there. You got Cajun and Sphinx right there. Look at that. All these amazing posters. Thank you. Yeah, the phone cases, you didn't know? That's right, I do phone cases, man. I got all kinds of phone cases. I can do any character, really, that I've drawn. So, if you want a particular character, you can visit the website and get phone cases, man. Remember, I do Samsung, iPhone, and Google Pixel. Those are my 3. I don't do any of the other ones. And also to my gear, clothing lines, custom design clothing. So everything you get is custom design. I'm not ordering. You're not just buying something off and that was waiting to be ordered. No. Everything you do, you order, I design, I create, and then I make it. That's how I'm rocking. You know what I mean? I like fresh off the press, as I like to say. I want it all super sick, man. So thank all of y'all who also hit the like button. Appreciate y'all so much, man, for joining the chat. Let's see who's winning. The heroes or the villains? Okay. The heroes are finally beating the villains. Thank God it took long enough. You know what I mean? So yo, we got Escalade right here in posters. Let me put this over here. We got Escalade, we got Sincere, we got Glocks, we got Rasputin, you got Diesel, you got Shepard. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? You got the Assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu. You got Sun Tzu, you got Yukon, you got Snipes, you got Revo, you got Kanji, you got Artillery, you got the Coyotes, you got Excursion, you got Seth. Then of course you got Surf, Sun Tzu, and Seth right here at the bottom. Thank all of y'all for joining the chat tonight, man. You got Artillery, you got Excursion, you got Kanji, you got Revo, Snipes, Yukon, then the Coyotes right there. Now look, now I'm going to show you some clothing. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. I'm going to show you some clothing. Y'all give me a second. So look. Look at this right here. I'm about to show you some clothing, right? Check this out. Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt. This t-shirt is actually going to a customer. This is a super sick, custom designed Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt. This is what I'm doing, man. I'm telling y'all. You see this t-shirt? This is next level stuff, man. You know what I mean? Yo, this t-shirt is super sick. You know what I mean? This is what I'm doing with t-shirts. This is what I'm doing with apparel. Everything I'm doing now is next level, y'all. Look at this. Man, this is sick as hell, man. You see the combination of clothing? You got the Assassins on one side right there. Look at that. Man, that's next level stuff. You got the Excursion right there. You know what I mean? So the main thing is doing what you love. Then, of course, you got the matching pants, right? Look at that. The matching pants. We ain't going to forget them sweatpants. Look at that. Yeah, all of y'all who leave in the chat, that's fine. I ain't worried about that. There are those who stay and there are those who go. You got to stay, man. You got to stay. See the whole story. Look, they got the ladies' gear. Right, look at this long sleeve t-shirt. We got Artillery on the cover of this thing right here. They got Sincere on the legging. Yeah, you wondering who Sincere is? Look at Sincere. You see what I'm saying? So Sincere is the legging. She's a character. She's a female character from the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Look at this. Man, this is so sick. You know what I mean? You got leggings, ladies, for you. So if you love leggings, ladies, you got to go get you this. Look at this awesome long sleeve t-shirt right here. Look at this. Available on sanusivision.com. It's always about what we're trying to create. What you want to create. Long sleeve tees, man, available on sanusivision.com. You got to go get your order on. You know what I mean? So visit the website, sanusivision.com. Now, look at sneakers. Look at what else I got. Man, this is next level stuff, y'all. Y'all give me a second. I'm actually going to put on a pair of gloves. Give me a second. So I can actually hold the shoe. Look at this. Man, this is sick. I don't want to get it dirty. So look. You see that right there? Sneakers. I knew that would get y'all's attention. Look at that. Super sick, man. This is a kid's one, too. The grip on these jokers is ridiculous. Then you got the adult stuff. You know what I mean? Look at this. Man, this is the Assassins right here on this foot. Brown, too. This is next level stuff, man. You know what I mean? Then you got the left foot. Got the Karjakz on it. Look at this. This is so sick. This is so sick. You know what I mean? So this is what we're doing over at Sanusi Vision. For me, I'm just growing my brand, and every time I do something, my goal is to basically get it to my goal is to basically get it to the point where, my bad, y'all. That's always happening every week. Every single time I live stream, I'm bound to drop my phone. My goal is basically, there we go. My goal is basically to continue to grow my brand directly or indirectly. Like, for example, look at this shoe. Let me put it on the table again. See this? Look at this detail on this thing. You see the detail on that? That's next level stuff right there, man. Yeah, those are leggings, Josie. That's available on sanusivision.com. You can go get your order on. Check out all the leggings. The designs are pretty sick, man. The way I'm doing it now, oh man, it's next level. The material is off the chain. You know what I mean? So these are, and then we got the matching leggings, Josie, with the matching t-shirt, with the matching sneakers, so you can be Karjakz Vs Assassins out. I dream of a day where I see somebody walking down the street, and I know it's gonna happen, because you gotta manifest into reality, that somebody's wearing, whether it's a guy wearing a pair of sweatpants or a t-shirt, or a lady wearing a pair of my leggings and some sneakers. Either way it go, man, I'm gonna lose my mind. Man, what? I didn't lose my mind because people buy my stuff, but I lose my mind more when I see my characters on stuff and people are wearing it. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's really tripped me out. So yo, these are about that's 3 low tops right here. Available now on SanusiVision.com. Multiple colors, comes in brown, comes in gray, comes in red, comes in blue, comes in purple, comes in green, comes in yellow, dark gray, light gray, red, purple. You got to put it into existence. You already know. Then this is the right foot. Y'all see what I'm saying? This thing is beautiful, man. So these shoes are next level, off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Batas 3 sneakers, low tops, high tops, right there. Then, yeah, because I've showed y'all different sneakers. I want to focus on the new stuff that I got in my hand. Then, of course, you got these right here, the kids ones. Man, trust me. You want these kids ones, also available in adult designs too, actually. But these are the kids sneakers right here. So you got your kids, whether they're 5, 6, 7 years old, or even 10. I think this sneaker can probably fit more than likely fit a 10-year-old, if not an 11-year-old. Depends how big the 11-year-old is. But this is what I've been doing, man. This is the right foot of the shoe, right? Look at this. That's the inside of the right foot. Look how sick this sneaker is. And then you got the left foot. Almost dropped it. See how cool that is? That's the left foot right there. The inside, the outside of the left foot, the back side of the left foot, and then the inside of the left foot. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely have to sign that. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I'll sign the outfit. I got to, man. That would be super cool. That would be super dope. I would definitely have to sign the outfit. That's for sure, Josie. People are ordering more and more now, man. Like I said, once I get off this stream right now, I got work to do. So I'm really learning, y'all, to balance my time, if that makes any sense. It's so much work now. I get off work, I go to work. I got homework to do. I got schoolwork to do. Y'all, I still got to do my homework. I haven't even done my homework yet. I got to go do my homework. I ain't trying to get no F, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. So y'all, sneakers, man. These are the 2 sneakers I want to show y'all. Low tops and high tops. So I've come a long way. So yo, that's the show, man. You know what I mean? The thing I wanted to say was, you know, definitely got to get bigger. So, you know, that's everything I want to talk about. I talked about the apparel, talked about the footwear, talked about the, oh, y'all, let me show y'all something. A suitcase. I almost forgot. Dang. Man, I'm always forgetting stuff. I'm always forgetting stuff. Man, that sucks. So, look, I'm gonna call this part, I call it quick showing. I'm gonna call it the quick showing, y'all. First of all, yes, I sell jackets. You can visit the website SanusiVision.com. Right there. I'm gonna click it in and you can go visit it. I'm not about to visit it. So look, I almost forgot. Check this out. Sweatpants, which you already seen. This is the classic. This is the first ever sweatpants I ever made. You got the assassins on that side right there. You got the villains on this side, the Karjakz, right? They got the assassins on this side. But when you flip it, you got more heroes and villains, right? You got the heroes ahead, the Karjakz on this side. They got the villains on this side, all right? And then laptop cases. If you have a laptop, if you're a laptop person like me, your laptop needs protection, man. Don't just shove it in your backpack. Put it in the case. Protect it. That's your baby. Protect your baby. So you got a double-sided waterproof laptop case. So I can on mine I've got the classic Karjakz Vs Assassins in the front. On the backside, Modern 5. But on yours that you order, you can do anything. You can order, once you order a laptop case, whether it's Mega Man, Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Turtles, Thundercats, it don't matter. I can do something with it. Yeah, the suitcase, I don't think, the suitcase, I always forget to show it. Yeah, I would say that because I'm about to start making a I'm actually working on another design, a suitcase. Oh, it's gonna be sick because I'm gonna use it to travel. So check this out, y'all. Travel neck pillows. Now, if you're a fan of travel neck pillows, I am. When you travel, I got tired of my neck just chilling and going in every kind of crazy direction. So one day I got off the plane. I said, I can't find no travel neck pillow I like. How about I just make my own? So I did. I took my cactus. I put the classic on the front side. Y'all can see right there. You see all that stuff right there? Let me show y'all the detail on this travel neck pillow, right? Then I put the version 5 of my cactus on the back side. Look at that thing. That thing's sick as hell, man. You know what I mean? Look at this. All the detail, all the cactus right there. This is why I love what I do. You know what I mean? So then, hey, I'm on the plane. Guess what's popping? I got my neck like that. I just take that nap, man. My neck feels super good on the plane. I don't feel like my neck is going anywhere all over the place. Yo, I didn't realize how important travel neck pillows were until I actually used one on the plane. I said, damn, this is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? So I got all kinds of characters with these travel neck pillows, man. Karjakz Vs Assassins, Blade, Iron Man, Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Voltron, Mega Man, SWAT Cats, you name it. I got it on the website, man. So visit sanusivision.com. Then, of course, now the travel suitcase that I was talking about. This is next level stuff. Now, this one is a mini one. You can travel with this. You can actually order. You can actually put this in the travel suitcase, like on the, in the plane in the luggage carousel that they let you put it on the plane when you're inside the plane. This can actually fit there. But I've got 3 sizes. I've got this one, the smallest one, medium, and then I've got the large one. I'm talking to the one where you gotta check it in. Like, it's huge. You know what I mean? Like, it's huge, huge. Now, the cool thing about my suitcase is, one, aside from the cool ass art, it's next level quality. It's got a lock code on it, combination thing on it, so you ain't gotta worry about having a lock combination. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, it's got handles. Look at this. You see that right there? You didn't know it had handles, huh? It's got a 4-wheel spin. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Then guess what? It's got the cool art. I know you're wondering, this art, how's it protected? Well, there's a covering on top of the art, so the art can't get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, your boy be doing this doggone thing. I'm about to make another suitcase. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now look, let's open it up and y'all can see what's going down inside of this thing. Y'all feel me? Then we can call this a wrap. We're gonna thank our sponsors and yeah. Hey girl, I do what I can, Josie. I do what I can. Your boy gotta do what he can. I does what I can. You feel me? I loves what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I loves what I do. So look, check this out. On the inside, one side you got a long zip over here. So it depends on what you want to put here. Toiletries, whatever you might want to put. But your clothes can go over on this side. Excuse me, y'all. And your shoes can go on the other side. So it depends on what you want to order. It depends on who you order. So I got multiple characters too. Look, check this out. On this side, you can put your sneakers. Y'all see that? And you still got a spot over here for you to put stuff that you might want to put in the small zipper space. Then you flip it, look at the inside right there, right? So that's a suitcase. So it all depends on what you want to do, how you want to go about it. But hey, man, ain't nothing cooler and better than one of our cool travel neck suitcases. I've actually taken this on a plane with me before. People were tripping out, man. People were like, whoa, bro, where did you get that at? I was like, I make it. And people always having this look like, you made it? Yes, I made it. You got to design your own stuff. Oh yeah, QR codes go everywhere now. I just make it small. I haven't met nobody that really doesn't like my QR code. The only people that don't like my QR code are haters. And they're also people that ain't gonna buy nothing. They're just people that just want an opinion. Y'all get what I'm saying? So that doesn't work on me. If you're not supporting my business and you're not buying nothing and you just want to run your mouth, I don't give a damn what you got to say about the QR code. The whole point of the QR code, y'all, is so that people don't have to keep asking you where the website is. Oh yeah, that one's an old design, Bobby. The new one that I got coming, the QR code is gonna be on it. It's gonna be sick. The new suitcase I'm designing is gonna be next level, y'all. Next level, sick as hell. Y'all know what I mean? So, y'all, thanks for being part of the show tonight, man. You know, it's this podcast episode, I've been waiting for like 2 or 3 weeks to do it. I haven't had time. I've been so busy with the Comic Expo. I've been busy with busy with school. And I just like, okay, I need to get to this episode. I need to get to this episode. So I did. So y'all, let's before I get up out of here, man, I gotta thank our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by Homeland Fashions, home of authentic African fashion and accessories from the motherland. I'm still tripping. Thank you, Josie. I'm still tripping that I have sponsors. That really always trips me out every time I'm reading one of these things. I feel like shining shop on Club Shay Shay or Nightcap. Like I'm really pulling forward. Y'all feel me? So I'm doing my damnedest, damn it. So Homeland Fashion is brought to you by this Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by Homeland Fashions, home of authentic African fashion and accessories from the motherland. So like I said, I will be bringing the president and company owner of Homeland Fashions, Tracy Agboke, onto the show to tell you all about African wear, man. It's next level. I'm excited about it because it's African wear and I'm Nigerian, so I'm super excited about it. And of course, this podcast is also brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything in between, search Tigler. Don't wait, that's Tigler.com, y'all. That's Tigler.com. Carpenters, yay, what's up, man? How you doing, Juan? Carpenters, all kinds of individuals, man. You definitely wanna go on there. Tigler.com. Carpenters, landscapers, nurses, caregivers, you name it, they are on there. So please join the chat. Hey, what's up, Juan? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing good, man. It's good to see you. Ain't seen you in a minute. I've been busy, man. I've been real busy. You know what I mean? And of course, this podcast is also brought to you by Antidote for the Knuckle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Antidote for the Knuckle make your feet happy again. That's AntidoteCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AntidoteCenter.com for details, y'all. Yo, it's been an amazing episode, man. These podcasts, man, I know I show up with them random. I used to do them on set days, which was Fridays, but that's getting impossible now because I get off work, it's too late already. And then by the time I get off work, ain't nobody gonna be up. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's what's up. And look, thank all of y'all for joining the chat tonight, man. Thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. You know what I can't wait for, y'all? For me to go on the show and see if somebody can pronounce my name. I'm gonna die, damn. I'm gonna just be like laughing because when people are very lazy when it comes to pronouncing names, they want the easiest stuff. Like they want the stuff that they don't have to think. But I don't care if you don't have to think. You're gonna think. You're gonna think before you say my name. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people know, yo, my name is my name. We're not getting around that, so learn to pronounce it. You know what I mean? So y'all, I want to definitely thank all of y'all. And look, before I forget, I will be having a guest this weekend on my podcast. He's a rapper from England. So I'm super excited about that. He's a rapper from England. We tried to record last time when I saw him last week, but we were having some technical difficulties, so we had to let it go. But this Wednesday, I will have him on 4 p.m. my time on Wednesday. 4 p.m. my time on Wednesday. It's going to be a very great interview. This rapper, this artist, his genre of music is rap, but he's a talented musician, man, of all facets. This guy is super talented, so I can't wait to interview him. It's going to be great for the show. It's going to be great for our platform, so I'm looking forward to that, y'all. And also, too, can't forget, please check out our website at SanusiVision.com for all the cool stuff we got. Shoot. Look at all the cool stuff we got. Comic books, phone cases, travel neck pillows, you know what I'm saying? Laptop cases, you know what I'm saying? Beanies, hoodies, like I got on t-shirts, travel suitcases. I mean, is there anything that I don't sell? I'm a one-stop shop, man. You feel me? Sneakers, can't forget the sneakers. Shoot, definitely can't forget the sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget the sneakers, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's what's up, man. Shoot, can't forget these sneakers. How about these ones? Look at these right here. You see what I'm saying? Can't forget those, man. It's next level stuff. So, y'all, that's what's up. And please, subscribe to our channel. For all of y'all who's come through tonight, appreciate all of y'all. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's where I upload most of my videos. It's been growing exponentially. Thanks to all of y'all. I'm at 1,030 before I got on live tonight. I have no idea how many people I got now. I know I'm grateful for that. It's amazing. Thank y'all for being consistently consistent. Y'all feel me? Because of y'all, the channel continues to grow. So whether it's my podcast, whether it's a live streaming, or just playing videos, y'all, I put up a video today, and in less than 10 minutes, it already had 3,100 views. I said, dang, wow, this channel of mine is really growing exponentially. Y'all know y'all are growing when YouTube sends you messages. You know what I'm saying? You know you're growing when YouTube sends you messages. Y'all feel me? So that's what's going on with the channel, man. And please, Check out the social media platforms. YouTube, of course. Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram. My main two go-tos are YouTube and TikTok. And then my third one is Facebook. I'll do X, I'll do Instagram, but those three are my main focuses because I can really build them up. I've actually built them up. They're actually consistent. I feel like X and Instagram, they get on my nerves, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't trying to be on there like that. You feel me? I be staying away from those platforms, so I'm good on that one, man. And please, you know what I'm saying, y'all? Don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be hater. And there's two things I always say to y'all before I get up out of here. One, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just important in front of the line. Be determined and not desperate. Then the second thing, your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers your right hand. Be determined and not desperate. Yeah, thank you, Bobby. Catch you next time. The next time will be tomorrow, Bobby. Remember, it's Sunday. Draw day. It's going to be Sunday. Pencil day. So draw day with the Pencil King. So I'm bringing that pencil game tomorrow, y'all. So y'all, like I say, that's the thing right there, man. Like I always say, your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate, y'all. You know what I mean? So y'all, all of you joining the chat tonight, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank all of y'all, man. And please, as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Believe in yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever give up on your dreams, y'all. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.